Yeah.
Okay, fine. So just a minute. Let me open your folder. This is the main file, and this is your Google Drive path. So they are the files.
Mm.
You have created two chapters files, chapter 1.html and chapter 2.html. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the main file.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me download them. This file, this file, and this file. These three files are there. Where is the option to download? Yes, it is here. Okay, so it is creating a zip file and then it will download in the single zip format. Yes. Let me first of all unzip them. Unzip. So these are the files. The main file is this. Let me see its code. Why this blank line is there? This much. Okay, so this is the title, Making Bombs for Hitler.
Yeah, it's a very sad book. But
Okay. Oh, why you are using this header tag instead of head tag?
oh,
Actually, the meaning of this header tag is different than the meaning of the head tag. So this is mistake. Okay, it should be head tag. Then body digital equal to black. Okay, background is black. Then center H1 equal to white. Okay, so this is the contrast. I think the color combination is very contrast. Chapter 1 HTML, chapter 1, this one, this, chapter 2. Okay, where is chapter 1? So this is your chapter 1. Okay, it is containing so much content.
yeah.
So you typed it or just copy and pasted?
I copy and pasted it.
Copy and pasted. So again here there is header tag. It should be head tag. Okay.
Mm.
Then here you are displaying first of all the chapter heading in H1 format. Then this BR, just see it should, there should be a tab here because this is
Oh,
inside the body tag. Okay. Likewise, this on tag from here to here up to the last. There should be one tab like this. think there is no way to go back to the main page from this file because this page is not containing any A tag.
Oh.
That is missing. Okay.
Oh, I should have just, yeah, I should have made another.
Yes. So this is S3 starting and S3 closing, and then the font tag closing. Okay. Now the next file, it is S2, chapter 2. This is very small. No, line wrapping is, yes. So it is the same thing. Now this content. It will be like this. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me open this. Okay. So this is your first chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So why you have not used this justified? If there is
Oh yeah, I was thinking that right now. I forgot to use the justify tag. That would have made it look better.
no, there is no justified tag.
Oh, it was
Actually, here you can use I think align attribute.
no, yeah, yeah. There was that tag that justifies it, right?
Align equal to justify. Chapter two.
Yeah, justify.
Let me check it because it is working with the p tag. I think it should also work with this s3 tag. And
Okay.
there must be a way to go back to the main page. Yes, now just see it is justified. Do you see?
Yeah.
And then there must be some margin because it is starting from the very beginning here. At
Mm.
least some margin should be there. For example, here you can write left margin equal to suppose 10, at least 10, and then right margin equal to again 10. Let me check it. This 10 is very, let us put 50 and 50. Yes, now this is good. Okay,
Okay.
and then at the bottom of the page, there must be a link to go back to the list of chapters. Okay,
Okay.
here we should put like this. After one HR, we can put HR or BR anyone. Suppose one two BR is there, and then the A href equal to what is the name of that file? Okay, it is this.
Task underscore. Yeah.
Yes. Task underscore 19 dot 4 dot 20 dot 1 dot html. Yes. And then here we should write chapter. Simply content, we can write the content. Because this file is what? It is simply the content of the book, means the list of chapters. Okay. And we can also put one more BR so that an extra line will be created. Now let us copy this code from here and paste it here. Actually, this A tag is very important. Okay, because it is having so many features, and whenever we are creating a page, then there is no such a page which is not having A tag. Every page is having A tag. Then and only then there is the importance of that page. Otherwise, there is no importance. It is content here. You can change its font color also using font tag. Now this chapter one. and again this content. Okay. And what we can do, when we are on chapter 1, then we can also give a link for chapter 2, because this is just the next chapter. And when
Mhm.
we are on chapter 2, then we can give link for the chapter 1. Means sometimes there is a link with name next, there is a link with name previous. So for chapter 1, the next is this, chapter 2, and previous is this. Okay. And for
Okay.
this file, next is this one, and previous is this one. So you can also implement the concept with next, previous, like this.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think you understand the syntax of this
Yeah.
A tag. Now let me explain one more thing. And have you tried this target?
No, not really. I found the other two easier.
Okay, so it will nothing. It will simply open the file in different tab, but there is a meaning of this. I will just explain to you what is the meaning of target. Okay, because it is also very much important. Its meaning, okay, how it is working. So let me first of all write the date. It is April 25, and then point number will be 24. April 25, and the point number is 24. So this was the point number 20. Okay. The target attribute of a tag. Okay. Normally, this attribute of a tag contains the name of the window in which the file whose path is specified in the href attribute will be opened. For the first time, when the link is clicked by the user, then the browser searches for the instance of the window, means tab of the window, having name mentioned in the target attribute. If no such tab is found, then a new tab is created and that name is assigned to that tab. Then the file is displayed in that tab. However, from the next time, when the same link by the user. Then, as the as a tab with the same name with that name is already available in the browser, and so the file will be reopened in that tab. If or when the value of target attribute is changed, then again a new tab will be opened, will be created, and the file will be displayed in that tab. So there is so much importance of this target attribute. Suppose we are having a link like this, a href equal to ch1.html. Okay, and then target equal to chapter, and then here chapter 1. Now suppose one br is there, and then we are again having the same similar a tag here. The only difference is that here it is pointing to cs2.html, and this is chapter 2. Like this. So what will happen in this test? First of all, when we user will click on this link, chapter 1, then the browser will search that whether there is a tab whose name is chapter or not. So initially no tab is there whose name is chapter. So what will happen? This browser will create a new tab, and then the name of that tab will be set to this chapter. And in that tab, this ch1.html will be opened. After that, when the user will again click on this link, then now at this moment, there is a tab whose name is chapter. So this file ch2.html, it will be displayed in the same tab in which this ch1 was displayed. Okay, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So here ch1.html and ch2.html will be displayed in a separate tab. However, there will be a single separate tab for both of these files. Okay. Now suppose it is like this. Here we are having first target is containing chapter 1, and second target is containing chapter 2, like this. Now the situation is different. The situation is that suppose first of all user is clicking on this chapter 1, this link. Now the browser will search whether there is a tab whose name is chapter 1. So there is no such tab. So what it will do, it will create a new tab, and then this name will be assigned to that tab. And after that, this file ch1.html, it will be opened in that tab. After this, suppose user is clicking on this chapter 2. Now what will happen? Now the browser will search whether there is a tab whose name is chapter 2. So again there is no tab whose name is chapter 2. So it will create a new tab and its name will be set to chapter 2. And this cs2.html, it will be opened in that tab. That means now we are having three tabs. The first tab for this file, second tab for ch1, and third tab for cs2. And here in this case we are having two tabs only. One tab for this file and one tab for displaying the content of either ch1.html or cs2.html. Do you understand? What is the situation here? Okay, here in this case, there will be two separate tabs, one for ch1.html and other for ch2.html. Okay, so every time h1.html will be displayed in the tab whose name is chapter 1, and ch2.html will be displayed in the tab whose name is chapter 2. So overall we are having three tabs in this case. Okay. You can also test it on your files. This is your original file and it is having this A tag. Okay. Now suppose here I am writing target equal to ch1. Only ch suppose. And here I am writing again target equal to ch. Now what will happen? When we will click on this chapter 1, then first of all browser will search whether there is a tab whose name is ch or not. So initially there is no such tab, so it will create a new tab, and then in that tab it will display chapter1.html. Let us see. Okay, so let us see here. First of all, we need to refresh this page. Now just see, we are clicking on this link, and what will happen? It will go to a new tab. Do you see?
Yeah.
This is the original tab, and this is the new tab. So this tab is not having any name, but this is internally having a name, and its name is ch because it is written here. Okay. Now if you will go to the original tab and again click on this one. Now just see, in the same tab it has been opened. Means chapter 1 has been overwritten by chapter 2.
Oh.
Means overall we are having only two tabs. One tab for the main file and one tab for the chapter. Means every time you will click on any chapter here, it will be displayed in this tab whose name is ch. Because in every a tag, in all a tags, what we have done, we have used target equal to ch, target equal to ch. This name is same.
But if you do target equals to ch and target equals to a different name, like 8c, then it'll go to a different tab? Or
Yes. For example, suppose if it is ch1 and it is ch2, okay? Both are different. Now what will happen here? First of all, refresh this. Now let us click on this chapter 1. So this chapter 1 is in a separate tab. Okay. This is your original file. Now click on this one. Just see. This is chapter 2. So we are having three tabs. First tab for the original file, second tab for chapter 1, third tab for chapter 2. And now
why?
every time, Yes.
what if we want if we click chapter one, it overrides this one, this tab that we're on.
So in that case, we have to keep the name same here. Here the name is different. That's why it is happening. Here the
Wait,
name is different.
no, like for instance, the tab you're on. What if you make it so that when you click on like chapter one, it'll
Yeah.
override this one?
No,
Yeah.
it will go to its own chapter, own tab.
Oh, I mean,
It will always go to the own tab, its own tab.
how do you make it so that it goes into that tab? Yeah. If you click that one, it'll go into this tab.
No,
Or
because what we have done, we have defined this tab name here. Means always this chapter on this file, it will be opened in this tab, and every time this chapter, it will be opened in this tab.
what if no? What if we want it to open in that specific tab? The
Every
table.
time that
What if we want to make chapter one open in the content tab? How do we do that?
you want to open chapter one in
The
always
content tab, yeah. What if you undo that?
in which tab you want to open it.
The content tab, the one that
Okay,
lists
okay.
yeah.
So in that case, we don't need to use this target.
Oh,
In that case, we don't need to use this target. So it will open in the same tab.
okay.
In that case, it will open in the same tab. Actually, this target is only used when we want to open a file in a separate tab. Only in that case.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the meaning of this target. How we are using it. Okay. So this was point number 24. Now next point is again about the A tag. Types of hyperlink. There are two types of hyperlink. One is known as the external hyperlink and another is known as the internal hyperlink. Up to this point, we are using the external. External means what? If one file is pointing to another file, that means the external file. That's why it is known as the external link. But sometimes when the content of a file is very large, okay, so in that case, we need to create some internal link. Internal link means what? Okay, the hyperlink which is pointing to a different section of the same file, that is known as the internal link. Okay, so there are two types of hyperlink: external and internal. Let me just give you an example. uh, I think you already know the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So let us go to Google and search for anything. Suppose I am searching for Linux. So this is the page for Linux on Wikipedia. Okay. Now you see this one superscript like this 9, this 10. Do you see
Mm-hmm.
this 11? Okay. Now when I'm putting mouse on this 9, then you just see here at the bottom, okay, how it is appearing.
Yeah.
There is a hash symbol. Do you see?
I see.
Likewise here, there is a hash symbol here. Now let us just click here. So we clicked on 12. Now our control is at this 12. So this 12, this is also a link, but this is the internal link because it is pointing to the same page. Actually, this page is containing so many sections. So this references, this is a section of this page. Okay. And not only this references is the section, actually this one is a separate section, this two is a section, three is section, four is section, five is section, like this. And all these sections have been pointed from here. Here, suppose we are clicking on this 162. So now it will go to the 162 section. Just see. Here it is, 162. Do you see this?
Yeah.
So this link, this type of link is known as the internal link. So we have to learn okay, how to create this internal link, because this is also very much important when we are creating a file which is containing several sections. Okay. Nowadays there is a concept of one page web template. Let me show you. Single page template. Single page website template. Okay. Now let us take any example. For example, this one page website templates. So this concept is very popular nowadays. So this is our web page template. Okay. Now see, these are the menu. No, it is pointing to the different files, not this. For example, let us take this one. And then there must be some demo here. It is download, it is preview. So you see this link, this URL.
Mm-hmm.
It is containing hash. So hash means what? When we are using hash in the link, that means we are creating a internal link.
Mm.
This is important. This is menu. It is loading. Now this is the menu. So these are the sections. Home is there, about us is there, our menu is there, reserve table is there, and content is there. The thing is that there is no separate page for about us. There is no separate page for our menu. There is no separate page for this reserve table. There is no separate page for content. Suppose someone is clicking on this contact, just say it is scrolling. Now we are on the same page, but at the bottom of the page, which is containing the contact form. Do you understand? Suppose
Yeah.
if I'm writing, clicking on this about us, now it will go above. This is about us, this section. So this type of design is also important nowadays, because nowadays what we are doing when we are creating a long web page. So for small websites, all the content is we are putting on the same page. Okay. And then we are creating a menu for all the different sections. So in this way, we don't need to create so many pages for a single website. Okay, we can manage up to 10 page or up to 15 page on the single page system. So this is also a trend nowadays. Okay, so this is implemented with the help of this internal link. So let me write it here. Why it is? That's why I'm saying this A type. This is very much important. So there are two types of hyperlinks: external and internal. In case of external link, then user clicks on the link, then control goes to the goes to a separate web page. But in case of internal link, when user clicks on the link, then control goes to a different section of the same page. This becomes very handy when our page is very large. In this case, we define, no, not define, we divide the content of the page in logical sections and then create a link for those sections. Okay. Naturally, what we have to first of all learn, we need to learn how to define a section because there is a word logical section I have written here. First of all, we need to define how to create a section, and then we will learn how to point to that section. So the first thing is this: to define a section in a page. It is very simple. It is also created in the A tag. So the syntax is this: a name equal to, just see, we are not using href equal to, and then section name, then its content, and then the A tag closed. Do you see the difference? Here we are using, when A tag, then we are using this href attribute, and here we are not using the href attribute. Here we are using the name attribute. Okay.
What's the difference?
The difference is that if this text, this will not appear as a link. It will appear as a plain text, but there is a name for this all this text, and that name is this.
Section name. Okay.
It can be any name. Okay, it can be any name. It is up to us. For example, it can be contact us, about us, something like this. Okay, so it is up to us how to define a section. And once a section is defined, then we can point it to create a link for a section. Once the section is defined, then we can create a link for it like this: a href equal to, and then hash, and then section name, and then some text, the text that we want to display is a link, and then a tag. So when someone will click on this link, okay, then it will go to this section of the same page. It will go to this section of the same page. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So let me just give an example to you. Then it will become clear for you. Suppose we are having some text about something, okay, and then what we want to do, we just want to create a link, just like that Wikipedia. Means we are having the references, or suppose we are having the different abbreviations in the page, okay, and we just want to make the abbreviations link, and when someone will click on the abbreviation, then it will go to the bottom, and at the bottom what we will do, we will display its meaning. Okay, what is the meaning of its this abbreviation? Okay,
Yeah.
so let us create a file, new file here. Let me close this, all the files. Let us first of all save it. Suppose its name is internal link.html. So we will start with the HTML tag, then the head tag, and then the title tag. And here we will write internal. And after this, we have to write the body tag. Now, in this body tag, what we will do, we will write some garbage text, anything. Okay. But within the text, we will write some abbreviation. And then what we will do, okay, we will explain the meaning of that abbreviation at the bottom of the page. So suppose, first of all, we are having, let us put this center tag. And suppose our heading is this introduction to HTML. Then now suppose we are having the p tag and align equal to justify. And this p tag, suppose it is containing some garbage text. So we can generate some garbage text here. Generate garbage text. Okay, random string. Just for putting them in our file. Its length is, suppose it is having 500 length, not this one. I think it is nothing. Its name is something special. Okay. Suppose this is our text. This one. Here, plain text is there. HTML is there. Yes. Suppose this is our text. Now let us put it here. And then at the bottom of the page, we are having a section which is containing some references. So let us put a HR here and then the references. And suppose in the first BR, now one. Suppose we have explained there www, world wide web, then to HTML, hypertext, markup, language. Next BR, T, HTTP, hypertext, transfer protocol. Okay. So these are the three abbreviations that we will use in our text. So suppose somewhere here, suppose here www is used. Okay. Suppose this paragraph it is containing HTTP, and suppose this paragraph it is containing HTML. This www it has been explained in this section, whose number is 1. Now it is explained in 2 and it is explained in 3. First of all, what we have to do, okay, we have to make a section at this point. Then we have to make another section at this point, and then we need to make another section at this point. So how to make a section? It is very simple. Okay, we have to use the a tag, a and name equal to, suppose its name is www. The name can be anything. Okay, its name can be anything. Now the second section. Suppose its name is HTML. And finally a name equal to HTTP. Do you understand this point?
Yeah.
What we have done here? We have created three sections. Okay. That means this text, it is written inside the section whose name is www. Then this text, it is written inside the section whose name is HTML. And this text, it is written inside the section whose name is HTTP. Okay. Now what we need to do, we need to make a link here. Suppose we want to display this application as a link. Okay. Or not as a link, just like this square bracket and then one or two or three, something like this. So here we can write like this: A and href equal to hash, and its name was www. And then here, just let's first close this A tag, and within this A tag we can use sup and then one. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
First of all, we have used this A tag. This A tag is pointing to what? It is pointing to hash triple W. Means it is pointing to the section whose name is www. Okay. And this A tag, it is containing another superscript tag. So this one, it will be displayed as superscript. This HTTP, its number is 3 here. Okay. So here we can write like this. Here we can write A F equal to hash HTTP.
Oh, so you make references and then you write them over there?
Hmm.
So you make these references and then you write them within the paragraphs, within the text, and then it just goes there, or what?
Just a minute. Let me complete it first of all.
Okay.
It is 3, and now let us copy this content from here and put it here HTML. This is HTML and this is 2. Now let us see the content of this page. Where is your folder? Okay, it is closed, I think. No, the thing is that this is not enough because already it is displaying here. So what we will do, we will again we will put some VR here so that it will take some space. Let us copy this. Paste it here and paste it here, then paste it here, then here, here. Now it will occupy some space. So this is our page. Now just see this page. It is containing www and then one. Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Now just click here. This one is here. Means this is now visible. Initially it was not visible, but now it is visible. Actually,
Wait,
there is
can I see
no,
the syntax for the reference real quick? The reference page.
Syntax is this.
Oh, not that one, not that one. The one below.
This one.
Yeah. So you did BRA name. Oh, so that's the name tag. The name.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Only this attribute. This is the main thing. Means we are having only two attributes that we have to use. One is the href and another is the name.
Okay, I get it.
Okay. And now suppose when we are at this point, means at the bottom of the page, and then again we just want to go to the top of the page. So what we can do, we can create a dummy section here. Okay, like this. A name equal to top. So this section is here whose name is top. Okay. Now at the bottom of the page here, what we can do, we can give a section. We go to top.
Yeah.
Yes. A href equal to hash and top. And here we can write the top.
Why are you using href? Aren't you?
Because this top is a link.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It is pointing to the section whose name is top. That's why. Let's see the difference. Here we are defining the section whose name is top. That's why name is here. And here we are pointing to that section whose name is top.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So this is our page. Now suppose we are creating just clicking here. Now here this top is here. Just click here. Okay. So it was not here. It was here because this top is not defined after just above it. It is defined here. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
That's why. So what you need to do, you need to again create a new page for your book. And now the list of the chapters and the content of every chapter will be written inside a single file. Okay?
Okay.
Means the single file will contain the list of 4 or 5 chapters, and then below that there will be the content of first chapter, second chapter, third chapter, and like this.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yes, and then every chapter will have a name corresponding to it, and then you have to make a link in the content using this technique, using this internal link technique.
Okay.
Okay, so let me write it here.
So it's basically my other task, my old task,
Yes, no. So now you have to convert it
except
in the form of
I use the name tag now. Yeah.
yes, name and href both.
Oh, okay, okay. So for href, I'm assuming I use it for like the top or like to
Okay.
go to a different chapter. And
Create
then,
a
yeah, okay.
file with name book.html. Then write the content. No, write the list of chapters as well as the content of all chapters in the same file. Then provide a section name for the list of chapters as well as for other chapters also. Then the link should point to the different sections of the same page so that the user can navigate from chapter to 5. At the end of each chapter, there should be a link to go back to the list of chapters. Okay. So you have to implement the same thing using the concept of internal link. Okay.
Okay.
So let me upload these files on Google Drive. Upload files. This is teacher on. These are the files. I okay. So we will meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.